A revolution is an insurrection, an act of violence by which one class overthrows another. A revolution is not a bed of roses. A revolution is not a dinner party, or writing an essay, or painting a picture, or doing embroidery. A revolutionary must become a great servant of the people. A single spark can start a prairie fire. All men must die, but death can vary in its significance. All reactionaries are paper tigers. All reactionary forces are the same, they are the enemies of the people. All things are contradictory. Always be prepared for struggle and sacrifice. Always remember that the people are the foundation of the revolution. An army without culture is a dull-witted army, and a dull-witted army cannot defeat the enemy. Armed with revolutionary ideology, we are like fish swimming in the sea. Be concerned with the well-being of the masses, pay attention to methods of work, and concern yourself with the future. Be resolute, fear no sacrifice, and surmount every difficulty to win victory. Cadres are the teeth and jawbones of the revolution. Classes struggle, some classes triumph, others are eliminated. Communism is not love. Communism is a hammer which we use to crush the enemy. Communists must always be ready to go into action. Correct ideas come from the masses and go to the masses. Dare to struggle, dare to win. Dare to think, dare to act. Despise the enemy strategically, but take him seriously tactically. Do not fear difficulties. In time, they will be overcome. Don't be afraid of difficulties. Just approach them with a creative mind and they can always be overcome. Don't make us confront you, and we won't confront you. Doubt everything. Ask questions. Seek truth. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Every communist must grasp the truth. Political power grows out of the barrel of a gun. Everything under heaven is in utter chaos. The situation is excellent. Fight for a better future for the working class and the oppressed. Fight until the end, never give up. Fight, fail, fight again, fail again, fight again. Until victory. Great goals can only be achieved through great struggle. If you want to know the taste of a pear, you must change the pear by eating it yourself. Imperialism and all reactionaries are paper tigers. Imperialism will not survive forever, it is just a matter of time before it is buried. In every revolutionary period, there are two types of people, those who want to keep the old society and those who want to build a new society. In order to build a great socialist society, it is of the utmost importance to arouse the broad masses of women to join in productive activity. In the world today, all culture, all literature and art belong to definite classes and are geared to definite political lines. In time of difficulties, we must not lose sight of our achievements. Investigation may be likened to the long months of pregnancy and solving a problem to the day of birth. To investigate a problem is, indeed, to solve it. It is better to let half of the people die so that the other half can eat their fill. It is necessary to create and build new things and destroy the old ones. It is necessary to criticize those comrades who are irresponsible in their work, who lack any sense of responsibility and have no common sense. It is necessary to take up the gun to destroy the gun. It is our duty to give correct guidance to the youth. It is the responsibility of the Communist Party to lead the people in the revolutionary struggle. Learn from past mistakes to avoid future ones. Learn from the masses and teach them in return. Let 100 flowers bloom, let 100 schools of thought contend. Let the ruling classes tremble at a communist revolution. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. Let the whole world hear the sound of our footsteps. Let the winds of freedom and equality blow. Let us unite and fight to rid the world of imperialism, colonialism, and feudalism. Letting 100 flowers blossom and 100 schools of thought contend is the policy for promoting progress in the arts and sciences and a flourishing socialist culture in our land. Long live the great Chinese Communist Party! Marxism comprises many principles, but in the final analysis, they can all be brought back to a single sentence: it is right to rebel against reactionaries. Never forget class struggle, and always remember the interests of the proletariat. No force can overthrow the Chinese Communist Party. No force can stop the march of history. No investigation, no right to speak. Once all struggle is grasped, miracles are possible. One must eat regardless of class distinctions. One must not make oneself cheap here. That is a cardinal point, or else one is done. Only by overthrowing the oppressors and exploiters can the working class and the people achieve liberation. Our aim is to build a society where everyone is equal and prosperous. Our comrades must understand that ideological remolding is not like washing clothes and taking a bath. It is not a matter of a few days or a few months. Our comrades must understand that war is not a matter of wishing but of doing. Our duty is to hold ourselves responsible to the people. Our objective is to carry out the strategic task of arming the whole people. Our objective is to struggle against and crush those members of the bourgeoisie who are stubbornly resisting the socialist revolution. Our state is a dictatorship of the proletariat, not a democracy. Our struggle is not for personal gain, but for the liberation of all. Passivity is fatal to us. Our goal is to make the enemy passive. People who are idle, ignorant, or selfish cannot be allowed to hold leading positions. People who dare to take up the gun will be able to take it up. People who have no morals or who violate their own moral code are less than beasts. People who have read a few books think they're scholars. Those who have no books think they know everything. People who try to commit suicide don't attempt to save them. China is such a populous nation, it is not as if we cannot do without a few people. Political power comes from the barrel of a gun, but it must be accompanied by cultural power. Political work is the lifeblood of all economic work. Politics is war without bloodshed, while war is politics with bloodshed. Power comes from the barrel of a gun. Put politics in command. Seek truth from facts, and don't rely on empty slogans. Seek truth from facts. Seize the day and seize the hour. Stand up and fight for what is right. Stand up, all who refuse to be slaves. Strive to build a society where every person can fully develop their potential. Strive to build a society where justice and equality prevail. Struggle, struggle, struggle until victory, struggle to the end. Study well and work hard to become an educated person. Sweat more in training, bleed less in war. Take firm hold of the most important link. Take the ideas of the masses and concentrate them, then go to the masses, persevere in the ideas and carry them through, so as to form correct ideas of leadership, such as the basic method of leadership. The aim of our party is to serve the people with all our heart and all our strength. The atom bomb is a paper tiger. The cardinal responsibility of leadership is to identify the main contradiction at each stage of the development of a process and to work out a central line to resolve it. The Chinese people have stood up. The Communist Party is the vanguard of the proletariat. The Communist Party must be firm in principles and flexible in tactics. The Communist Party must grasp the truth and adhere to the truth, and it must constantly correct mistakes and avoid dogmatism. The Communist Party should maintain close ties with the masses. The enemy advances, we retreat. The enemy camps, we harass. The enemy tires, we attack. The enemy retreats, we pursue. The foolish old man who removed the mountains. The force at the core leading our cause forward is the Chinese Communist Party. The greater the difficulty, the greater the glory. The greatest revolutionary is not a hero. The guerrilla fighter needs full help from the people of the area. This is an indispensable condition. The guerrilla must move amongst the people as a fish swims in the sea. The gun is a useful tool for changing the world. The imperialists and reactionaries are paper tigers. In appearance, they are terrifying, but in reality, they are not so powerful. The imperialists and the reactionaries are just paper tigers, while we are real tigers. The intellectuals will accomplish nothing if they do not integrate themselves with the workers and peasants. The masses are the makers of history. The masses are the real heroes, while we ourselves are often childish and ignorant. The masses have a potentially inexhaustible enthusiasm for socialism. The masses have boundless creative power. The more books you read, the more knowledgeable you become. The most important thing for revolutionaries is to correctly analyze the concrete conditions of the objective reality of the country concerned. The most important thing in any revolution is the people. The only real defense is active defense. The only real power comes out of a long rifle. The only way to settle questions of an ideological nature or controversial issues among the people is by the democratic method, the method of discussion, criticism, persuasion, and education. The people are the heroes of the revolution. The people have everything in their hands, and it is only by relying on them and moving forward with them that the party can accomplish its historic mission. The people, and the people alone, are the motive force in the making of world history. The people's government should serve the people wholeheartedly. The people's revolution will ultimately triumph. The purpose of our study is to find ways to master the world. The revolution is not an apple that falls when it is ripe. You have to make it fall. The revolution is not complete as long as women are still oppressed. The revolution requires the participation of all progressive forces. The Revolutionary War is a war of the masses. It can be waged only by mobilizing the masses and relying on them. The road to heaven is not paved with yellow tiles. The road to revolution is always paved with hardships and sacrifices. The road to socialism is not smooth, but we will overcome all obstacles. The socialist system will eventually replace the capitalist system. This is an objective law independent of man's will. The struggle of the Chinese people against imperialism and its lackeys is not just a struggle for ourselves, but also for all the Asian and African peoples and for the oppressed peoples of the whole world. The ultimate perspective of the Chinese Revolution is the world revolution. The unity of the people is the source of our strength. The vast majority of people in the world are still under the oppression of imperialism, feudalism, and bureaucrat capitalism. The world is full of opportunities. I will strive to realize them. The world is not divided into black and white only. The world is not peaceful, but the people are fighting for peace. You young people, full of vigor and vitality, are in the bloom of life, like the sun at 8 or 9 in the morning. The world is yours, as well as ours, but in the last analysis, it is yours. There is great disorder under heaven. The situation is excellent. To achieve political power is not our ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to use political power to change society. To be attacked by the enemy is not a bad thing but a good thing. To die for the people is weightier than Mount Tai, but to work for the fascists and die for the exploiters and oppressors is lighter than a feather. To have contradictions is socialism, to discuss and resolve them openly is socialism, to work hard to resolve them is socialism, and to be educated by them is socialism. To link oneself with the masses, one must act in accordance with the needs and wishes of the masses. To read too many books is harmful. To rebel is justified. To start a war, we must know how to fight. We are advocates of the abolition of war. We do not want war, but war can only be abolished through war, and in order to get rid of the gun it is necessary to take up the gun. We must be vigilant, ever vigilant, and forever on guard against imperialism. We must have faith in the masses and in the party, and we must have faith in the army. We must have faith in the masses and their ability to transform society. We must learn to do economic work from all who know how. We must rely on the masses and on the party to lead them. We shall support whatever the enemy opposes and oppose whatever the enemy supports. We should be modest and prudent, guard against arrogance and rashness, and serve the people wholeheartedly. We think too small, like the frog at the bottom of the well. He thinks the sky is only as big as the top of the well. If he surfaced, he would have an entirely different view. Weapons are an important factor in war, but not the decisive one. It is people, not things, that are decisive. When there is not enough to eat, people starve to death. It is better to let half of the people die so that the other half can eat their fill. When there is oppression, the only correct attitude is to resist it and defeat it. With guns, you can kill terrorists. With education, you can kill terrorism. Without a people's army, the people have nothing. Without destroying the bourgeoisie politically, it is impossible to consolidate the political power of the proletariat. Without destruction, there can be no construction. Without the guidance of the Communist Party, the people have nothing. Without the masses, there is no revolution. Without the people's army, the people have nothing. Women hold up half the sky. Work hard for the progress and prosperity of the people. Work hard for the public and do good things. You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. You fight your way forward by striking hard, but tactfully.